gonna tell me?
I just said you were
I don't know what we was talking about. What love is and what is not.
what love is and what love is not. I think I like what you say about growing up in an aggressive environment. It's not good enough excuse to treat someone with less respect than you would want for yourself. Break the cycle of negative behaviors and become the most positive person you can
Well, it's important to break that cycle because, like, I used to be this dude. Like, I was a hothead. You know what I mean? Like growing up, right? So I ain't give a damn what nobody. I ain't care nothing about nobody's feelings. I don't care about, the negative effect that I have on somebody else. It was all about me in that moment. If I'm mad, I'm mad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm a fight, if I'm to cuss somebody out, that's just what's gonna happen. So you got to kind of break the cycle of just thinking that the world starts and stops with you. I ain't come to that, realization until, probably college. Once you start to mature and you start just to kind of see like how your negative action like affect other people, if you got any kind of empathy or sympathy, like you're gonna understand like, okay, this is wrong. Like I shouldn't be doing this. You know, and that's what, in my opinion, what a real man, does. Like he like understands. Like even if like now, like I ain't gonna say I have the best temperament still, but I have the power of sitting back, thinking, and then reacting. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I be working with, different clients and stuff, my whole thing is stop, think, and relax. Like sometimes when you're in a negative situation, you gotta stop. Just completely stop. Because if you keep going, the worst maybe, the worst is probably about to happen. But if you stop, you think about the situation, because as you think, you're thinking of like different consequences. Or I may hurt this person, or I may hurt this person may hurt me. You know what I'm saying? And then you kind of just relax and calm down and just walk away from the situation or apologize in that certain situation. And I'm being very general and vague, but because what I'm saying applies to a lot. Like, stop, think, and relax. And that will solve a lot of issues that people deal with. Different people come to me for advice, especially when it comes to relationship, because they think that I got this like, magic relationship, like we so perfect, me and my wife. And which compared to a lot of people, we are perfect. But by no means are we really perfect in reality. But the thing about it is it's about compromise and understanding. Like I remember, like when I first moved to Atlanta, and then my wife, which was my girlfriend at the time, she came to Atlanta, and we had like a long distance relationship. She was off in school, I was in school. Then when I graduated, I came to Atlanta, and then she was in grad school wrapping up. But then when she finished, she came to Atlanta, and our relationship was perfect until she came to Atlanta. You know what I mean? And we was in the same space, we was in the same city, and then it got rocky. And it wasn't rocky because of like cheating. It wasn't rocky because like nothing like that. It was more rocky because we didn't understand how to deal with each other's personality. I'm a type A personality, she is also. And I was never a compromising type dude. And she's all about compromise. So it was like, okay, well, how bad do you really want her? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you got to change a lot of what you're doing if you're trying to keep her. So we sat down at one point. I remember, I'll never forget it. We was in her apartment and we had sheets of paper and we wrote down pros and we wrote down cons. She went off on her side of the couch. I went off on my side of the couch. We wrote down pros and cons and we looked at it. And both of our pages, all the pros outweighed these cons. So we sat there and said, okay, well, in order to make our relationship stronger, we got to work on these cons. If we work on these cons, then we're going to be a lot further. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be a lot closer. We're going to understand. She tell me, okay, Coty, like, I don't like it when you do this because it make me feel like this. And I say the same thing. Well, when you do this, it make me feel like this. And that's the reason I react like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not justification, it's about understanding. And then understanding and communicating. What happens is, I then, I think before I do certain things because I know how I make her feel. Versus her just never communicating that to me. And I think what I'm doing is okay, but because I'm used to it. Because I'm used to acting a certain way, that's the norm. That's how it's supposed to be. And the minute that I came to that conclusion that, again, the world don't start and ends with me, is when me and my wife became closer, is when I realized even further that she was gonna be my wife, because nobody had ever got me to sit down and change me. And let me back up, because I didn't change me. I adjusted me. I modified me, which made me a better me, which made me a better boyfriend, then made me a better fiance, made me a better husband, and also a better father. She made me better. And, people talk about, I'm looking for love, and I'm looking for this, or I'm looking for that. Like, I wasn't looking for nothing. Now, I know at one point I was tired of running the streets, and I wanted a solid woman that I could settle down with. I saw that this was what I needed, this is what I want, I never let this go, and I was willing to adjust. I came to the conclusion that, like, okay, you have to compromise something, man. Like, you in a bad mood, you gotta push that off on her. Like, why? Is it worth it? Nah. Because you in a bad mood for something that she didn't do, and then you push that off on her, and now she in a bad mood because some shit that you done decided that you wanted to push off on her, then that can kind of ruin your relationship. So you got to kind of back up a little bit and think like, okay, well, like even to this day, if I'm in a bad mood and I go in the house, I know that, okay, my house is my happy place. So if I'm in a bad mood, I'm going to think before I go in this house, okay, well, when I walk in these doors, it might not be perfect. But what I'm going through right now, it ain't because of her. So I don't need to act like that when I get in this house. And it's like it's small things like that certain people need to do. Men, a real man, need to do to strengthen their families and their relationships. But if more men thought like that, we'll be like in a better place. Like I think, the divorce rates would be lower. I think that, families would be stronger. Men would be in their kids' lives. Baby mamas won't be as bitter. Because at the end of the day, the conclusion that I came up with is majority of the time, not all the time, but majority of the time, any issues that you're having in relationships kind of stems from us. You know what I'm saying? We can control the dynamic of a relationship based on our action. Like, once we decide, okay, we're not gonna cheat, we don't have no issues. Ain't nobody going through my phone. Like, I don't have a reason. I ain't nervous when my phone rings. I can go to the bathroom and the shower and my phone sitting on the charger. I could give my wife my passcode to my phone because I ain't got nothing to hide. And it's things like that. Like, the reality of it is, if you got something to hide, that's what gets you mad. It's the small things, man. You got to kind of position yourself to be better. And the only way to do that is to compromise, be more understanding, be empathetic. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not about being sympathetic, it's about being empathetic, being able to put another person's, put yourself in another person's shoes. And as soon as you're able to do that, the better off your relationships will be. Because if you care enough about that person, you ain't gonna never want to hurt that person. You're never gonna want to make that person sad. So you're gonna do everything in your power to make sure that they're good. And that's what, it's all about.